What's going on, everyone? This is the Raikaze here, and today what I'm actually doing, since I can't really guarantee if I'm going to be streaming here anytime soon, because the internet that I have right now is not the most reliable due to the fact of me doing some travel nursing. So I might test it out one day, and we'll see how it goes, but no promises on how that will actually turn out. So I might not be able to actually stream for the next couple months. But with that being said, I can still actually upload these videos, and I want to go ahead and make sure I let you all know what I am actually doing, and that is still preparing for VGC competitions. So now what we have been getting into is VGC Series 2. Now what that is that the Paradox Pokemon have been opened up into the competition, so they are allowed. So as you can see here, I have been working on various like structures and core sets and box groupings that I want to possibly use. So what I'm going to start doing is narrowing that down as I prepare for the VGC competition, because I still got to catch some of those Pokemon and get them prepared for that. I know like Goldango is going to be a huge Pokemon in the competitive scene, and it might be a mistake on this team that I'm about to show here that I don't have Goldango on it, so spoiler alert. But another huge threat that's on in the game rather is the Dondozo. Dondozo likes to boost its stats either using Order Up and or using partnering rather with Tatsugiri. Once it has that commander ability and then doubles all of its stats, boom, you know, and then you gotta like typically run something with Haze or something of the sort in order to try to bring it down. So what we have, that's why I even was working with even potential Toxicroak sets so it can actually just absorb it. But you never know if it's going to run Earthquake, and then you run into that. So yeah, so many different things that you got to really think about to see what you can work with. So, but for me, to start things off, I really want to try my best to use my number one Pokemon, and that is going to be, of course, Raichu. So in the current final squad that I have set up so far, what we have is a lot of fake out pressure. I know it's technically can be weak to Psychic Terrain, and this team also is weak to, I believe, Trick Room. So currently we have the Mouse Hole in order to try to just do some redirection in case they are running some type of Trick Room set, and if their Pokemon is going to be doing massive damage initially. Torkoal is not really heavily in the, didn't even place in the top. Well, I think there was like one or two teams that had a Torkoal set in the top 16. Plus, on top of that, if you run the Torkoal, bring in the Sunlight, you run the risk of boosting your opponent's team. So because of that, Torkoal is starting to drop off of the playing field. Now, with that being said, with my Mouse Hold, if that Torkoal does not run Protect, and if I can actually stop the Pokemon that's running the Trick Room, my other Pokemon possibly can, for example, use Super Fang and bring it down to half health, and therefore its eruption will be much weaker. Or we have teams with, we have in our Protects. My Iron Valiant has a Throat Spray with the Hyper Voice to boost its special attack. Its speed is going to hit just above its special attack, so that way when Raichu comes into play, it can run actually the Thunderbolt Electric Terrain, Fake Out, and Faint. So with that Electric Terrain, I can actually boost all of my Pokemon stats. So all of my Pokemon are the futuristic Mons, even though I've mainly played Scarlet, so I really have to hurry up and finish everything in Violet. But the way how I structured this is that my Iron Bundle, for example, will have its booster energy, so it can actually boost its speed immediately. So I want to gain that speed control with that Icy Wind and let the other Pokemon do some damage. Or if Iron Bundle cannot lead into the match, then I'll have, for example, like Raichu and Iron Valiant. Or if they, again, have that Dondozo and they want to run some heavy damage water attacks, then my Gastrodon can come in and absorb it using its Storm Drain ability. A lot of different things in which I'm incorporating this and how this can potentially work, and even in the face of Trick Room. So the only way to actually test it is by running some battles. The challenge that I notice is that on the Pokemon Showdown, people don't really typically run the quote-unquote meta, or they don't always do like open team sheets, so it's more difficult for me to really play with the knowledge of how an actual competition is going to be. So that is something that you got to take with a grain of salt, and learn with the fact that if you are playing on Pokemon Showdown, people are testing little different things and different strategies, but it's not really what they're bringing to an actual tournament. So don't let Pokemon Showdown guide you to that. And currently on Pokemon My Pikalytics, it's not really showing me everything for the VGC Series 2 yet. So I don't know what's going on with that, why that's not even updated as of right now. But Pikalytics is still definitely a very great resource if you want to identify like what Pokemon are currently running and who are the main mons being used and things like that. But Pokemon have, on the Scarlet and Violet, have not yet even released any type of like format for us to really play in this style, even though it's already been announced. So that kind of limits a lot of us players as we're trying to prepare for the competition. But it kind of makes it a little bit more exciting because everybody will be kind of on the same page, except for any personal tournaments anybody's been running. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into some battles, and let's see how this actually turns out. Matter of fact, I'll show you one match that actually the first match that I was going up against somebody here. Now, as you can see on their team, they have the Mousehold, the Annihilate, the Azumarill, Amoonguss. We also have the Armarouge and the Dragonite. So what I'm expecting is potentially the Armarouge to actually run like maybe the Terra Grass, or it could be Terra Fire, but it's probably used as a Torkoal counter. So I'm not really too concerned about it, but yet I know that my team can handle that for the most part. Dragonite multi-scale is what I'm expecting. This individual did not even do an open team sheet, so I didn't even know what to truly expect. So my goal was to just try to go ahead and break his multi-scale before I go in for my heavy attack. Annihilate is the scary one because that guy can run with the Choice Scarf max health and hit the Final Gambit and just basically make it a 1-for-1 trade immediately as the match starts. So that is something to definitely be concerned about, and can determine of how I would play the game. Sometimes I might have to run Protect immediately or something like that. So different things might come in terms with that. Mousehold is definitely a scary Pokemon. This Pokemon with that Population Bomb does so much damage, or can have the Friend Guard ability, still have the Population Bomb, and that's why I'm using one, because the Population Bomb is good, the Follow Me is good, so you get that redirect, and you even run, you have some offensive pressure, and I got mine with Feint, so if if I feel as though my opponent's going to run like Protect or something like that, I'll use Feint, break that Protect or break that Wide Guard, and hit for that damage that I need. So let's go ahead and get into this match, and we'll show you how this one went about. So I let off with my Raichu, of course, and hitting off with Iron Valiant. So then they let off with their Mousehold, so I know I needed to go directly against the Mousehold, and I don't want to hit that Dragonite for any massive damage or anything like that, because it could be a weakness policy. So I don't want to proc the weakness policy, so I gotta be very careful with that. So I have the Raichu focus on the biggest threat, which is the population bombing Mousehold. So one thing when I do that, something that I noticed here is I make it flinch. Dragonite uses extreme speed. Then that Mousehold went first, so that's a big key. My Iron Valiant is not actually the fastest, because I am running a modest set, but I am boosting the speed to be just a bit higher, so in case I was able to get my electric terrain, then I can be faster. But the fact that it's faster lets me know, I'm like, okay, I gotta really be careful around this Mousehold. I really gotta apply the pressure. They didn't hit any protects or anything, so I know I'm good, but I gotta be very careful with it. And then I run with the Hyper Voice, using my Throat Spray to weaken the Dragonite, break its multi-scale. Then I'm running to Protect, so that Mousehold might come after me. Raichu takes the hit, unfortunately, which is alright, so Raichu goes down. Population Bomb, boom, protected against it. Next up, Iron Hand comes in, because I really got to keep up with my Fake Out pressure. So Fake Out onto the Mousehold, bring it down. Then I run the Dazzling Gleam. Dragonite goes down and the Mousehold goes down. So that's the important where I just basically keep control of the field in that regard. Now things get a little hairy. So now we got both Amoonguss and Azumarill. So Amoonguss can put me to sleep. Azumarill is just a beast. So I'm gotta figure out whether or not they're gonna use Rage Powder or are they going to do something different. I don't know what they're going to do. So I decided to go ahead and play it kind of safe and kind of not. So I go ahead and swap out and I bring up Gastrodon. And I go ahead and Terrestrialize into a grass type and focus my Psyshock onto the Amoonguss. So that did not get, it got what I needed because I was immune to the spore, so that's great. But my Gastrodon took some massive damage with that play rough. So I thought I could actually then pick up the KO right there when I used that Hyper Voice, but my Iron Valiant did not bring enough damage at that point. I really thought that I could bring that Amoonguss down, but it's too bulky. So because of that, my Gastrodon is now in range, more than likely for that Azumarill to knock me out. And on top of that, that Amoonguss can, it can't put me to sleep, but it can possibly run like, I don't know, foul play or something like that. But it hits me with something a lot worse. So Gastrodon goes down, and then I get hit with a Sludge Bomb. So that is massive damage against me. Iron Valiant still holds on. Luckily, we did not get poisoned. So Iron Hands is now back on the field, and I gotta run that Fake Out. So we get that Fake Out pressure. Boom, we get that Amoonguss down. I go for the Psyshock, get that Azumarill down to half health. It goes for that Play Rough. Boom. Iron Hands recovers some health. But it's slower. So this thing survives on 1 health point after I hit it again. So I'm thinking they got an Aqua Jet or something like that. But apparently they don't. I run another Hyper Voice and they go down. So I was kind of wondering, like, hey, you know, what actually happened? Did you not have Hyper Voice or anything like that? But they never responded, or did they not have Aqua Jet? But they never responded, so that was the end of that match. So basically what I like to do is then I'll come back and I'll save that video and I will mark down, for example, just some different things like this is on my Discord, so make sure you are, of course, following on my Discord. So link should be in the description below. But I mark the match that I did, and then I'll put like a quick little note at the bottom, just something along the lines of like, I'm closing the final team, damage output lower than I was expecting, because like when I use my Hyper Voice, I never got my electric terrain off with Raichu, and they didn't have Aqua Jet. So that was a condition that probably cost them the match, and things that I need to watch out for and how I need to affect on my team building skills. So, but that was just the first match, and now I gotta go in and work on another one. So let's hop into it. The only thing about Pokemon Showdown is that the matches, they just go so fast, so trying to keep up with the speed of everything. Okay, so this is definitely a Tailwinding team. Okay, so this opponent, he just rejected open team sheets, so it is what it is. They have the Water Tauros, who can probably Terrestrialize or something. That Pelipper. Okay, so we basically need to control the speed big time on this field. So I'm thinking Iron Bundle and Raichu can pull this off. Well, can they? Maybe not Iron Bundle and Raichu per se. I'm trying to get that freeze dry off is what I'm to try to get that guy down. How about this? If we go with the Iron Bundle and the Iron Valiant, we can definitely apply some massive offensive pressure against them. Double, well, no, we can't do any, well, no, we can do some spread damage on both of them. Then we can also run, let's see, if we run Raichu, we can definitely bring that that pressure because I won't be boosting any of their stats if I run the electric terrain, and I can also stop them from running any sort of spore, and Iron Hands can then come in and hit that pressure. Okay, boom. So we got Tauros and the Flutter Mane, which is totally fine. They got the Intimidate, which is not doing anything against me whatsoever because I'm running both special attacks on both of these mons here. So what I'm gonna do here is immediately go for an Icy Wind on both of these, control their speed, and then run also with a Dazzling Gleam. Oh, so they went, oh no, I missed! Okay. Well, that's good. And Dazzling Gleam. Oh, no, 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 no. Not good, not good, not good. Dang, that thing just get some massive damage. And dang. Well. We're in trouble. That's bad. Okay, so Raichu's good now. I'm gonna have to come in and try to do something. Dang, that Tauros. Oh, it's physically bulky on that guy. No. No. Okay, so basically, let's go for Thunderbolt onto the Flutter Mane. We'll have a fake out onto the Tauros. Okay, nope. Not running that, not doing that. Okay, not good. We can still run another Thunderbolt. What I'll do is I'll run an Electric Terrain here. No, I can't because I think they're gonna swap. I really think they're gonna swap that Flutter Mane out, and I think they'll probably protect their King Gambit. So let's see what happens. I'll Swords Dance. Okay. Are these double swapping? No. Okay. Boom. Okay. Swords Dance got that boost. Alright. So now we'll Thunderbolt onto the Tauros. We'll Thunderbolt onto the Flutter Mane. That Tauros though. We're gonna have to Drain Punch it. Boom! Okay, they made a mistake. They swapped out. They brought in the King Gambit. Now I'm going for that Drain Punch. Boom! Alright. We gained some health back. But, oh, now they're gaining their speed back. That's what they're doing. Wait. What in the world just happened now? Photosynthesis. They are... Ooh, their attack just went up. Okay. Well, not good. I'm trying to go for the Thunderbolts here, and we'll go for a Drain Punch onto the Roaring Moon. I mean, Dragon Claw, but I'm defensively boosted. Got the Thunderbolt off onto there, and then boom, we got the Drain Punch. We're back up to almost full health. We just won that match. I didn't know if I was going to actually be able to win that match because I thought that replay it. This is what I like to do. I like to go ahead, replay it, look and see what actually happened, what went well, what was I slipping up on, and try to make some corrections with that. So let's copy that and close. Let's bring it over to my Discord here. Boom. So let me run a replay of this here. Let's see. Alright. So let's swap it. Okay. Alright. So Flutter Mane, Tauros. Iron Bundle, which, man, they got me big time with this one. So my speed went up. They terrestrialized to normal. So I missed the Tauros, got the damage. Okay, but then there we go. So right there is where I just was really just got off kiltered. But this Tauros must be choiced, because they've been swapping out a lot. So this Tauros has to be choiced. But this is where things just made that big turn, because I felt like I was going to be able to bring them down, but that did not happen. So I just only ran the Dazzling Gleam. The Fluttermane was able to survive that only with half health, so, and the Tauros as well. So that's just the scary part about it. But then that turned into single target damage, so then my Iron Valiant went down as well. So Raichu has to come in and try to pick up. So they swapped out. They protected. So I could not get any fake out. Well, I got the fake out on the King Gambit, which would break any sash. And the reason why I'm allowing Raichu to just go full on off on this is because the Fluttermane will have a lower speed than me because I had dropped it with that Iron Bundle. So that was perfectly placed earlier on. Now they switch out to King Gambit, and then they have the Fluttermane stay in because they're trying to do as much damage to me as possible. They intimidate my Iron Hands, but I get the Electric Terrain, boost my attack. Oh, my defense went up. I am now even realizing that I just boosted my defense. What? Oh! So, this is something that's actually interesting. So, it boosts the highest stat at that time. So, I'm wondering... Ooh. I'm going to have to run some analyses and determine, because I was running an idea to see what would happen if I was to use like Sunny Day or Drought, whatever, on a Roaring Moon that has its speed just like 1 point below that of its attack, but still give it a Choice Scarf. I wonder if it will boost its speed at that point. Will it boost its attack? Because at this point, they dropped my attack and my defense went up instead. I just even realized that's what happened. But, okay. So, but I boosted my attack with the Swords Dance. So I ran that risk. And then I ran the Thunderbolt, knowing I can get that Fluttermane. So let's go back a little bit. So once they swapped in, so I was automatically expecting that Raichu was going to be able to take out the Fluttermane. So I felt as though they were going to switch. That's why I went ahead and ran for either they were going to switch or they were going to protect. So that's why I was like, okay, this is a safe time for me to go ahead and use Swords Dance, because I know that their King Gambit is not going to do any type of, whatchamacallits to me, any massive damage. I mean, it's a Dark and Steel type. I'm a Fighting Electric type. It's not going to hurt me. So, unless you use Foul Play. That might be a thing. But, you know, we're good. So, boosted defense. They ran Dazzling Gleam, which works in my special defense, but I'm really bulky. Boost my attack. There we go. But I still kept the defense boost. They swap back out, but I'm focusing on the Fluttermane. Boom! Get it gone. And then I was still running the Drain Punch. Go up to full health. Well, almost full health. And then they got the Tauros. Oh, they kept just dropping my attack. But my defense is boosted. They're not going to do the damage that they need. Thunderbolt. Okay, perfect. Okay, so I feel as though we made the good plays. I really do feel we made the good plays. Expecting them to run the Protect when they were possibly going to use a Protect. Had they brought the Amoonguss, I think I still would have done really well, because our Iron Valiant would have been able to use like Psyshock or something like that against it. And if they were trying to run the Tailwind on their team with the Pelipper, I would have gone for, instead of Icy Wind, I would have gone for the probably would have gone for the Freeze Dry right then and there. Let's try to have them accept the I'll try to accept the open team sheets to see what they do. Alright, so the Iron Moth is going to be Poison Fire. Poison Fire? Yeah, Poison Fire. Ooh, so they basically will run well on my own Electric Terrain. And they got some screen potential with that. God, I could have sworn I gave somebody Brick Break. Did I not give anybody Brick Break on my team? Ooh, okay, so this might be a big thing for that. Oh, okay, they accepted it. Okay. So let's take a look and see at what this where is he at? Grimmsnarl. Oh, this Grimmsnarl does not run screens, but it has swagger and fake out. Okay, so we're gonna have to be very careful about that. Ooh, yeah. It's gonna be interesting. So I think in this situation we have to lead off with Iron Valiant, as well as we can't go after that Mudsdale like that. We're gonna have to go with Iron Bundle. Yeah. Gastro is going to be great against Iron Moth as well as the Glamora. And for the finishing touch-up pressure here, I'm thinking Iron Hands. Yeah. I think that we can go Iron Hands. I don't want to boost their stats, so Mouse Holds can redirect. And that can really throw them off their game. No, I still think I'm thinking I like the Iron Hands better. So we'll go with that. So let's see. So their Grimmsnarl and their Hawlucha. Oh no, what is this Hawlucha doing? Something tells me Merb. Ooh. Oh, I see what they're about to do. They're going to swagger me and allow their Hawlucha to boost its own physical attack power. Oh, now that is nice. And then, oh, that is beautiful. I love that strategy, dude. I am really loving that strategy. I should have actually brought in so I can run a fake out on it. Wow. Okay. So we're going to have to run Dazzling Gleam, plus we're going to have to go for the Freeze Dry at the same time and just try our best. Oh, snap! Oh, snap! They went to Steel type. Oh, wow. Okay. I did not expect that. Let's run a Protect, and let's go for... Oh, no, we can't do that. Wait, try to go for Hydro Pump on it. See what happens. Okay, well, we are in severe trouble in this match. Wow. So, huh. Alright, so we gotta go for D-Gleam. And I mean, it won't hurt for me to do this, but we got the Acrobatics, the Close Combat, Iron Head. I won't Terrasilize. I'm just gonna go straight for the Drain Punch and go after the Hawlucha. Yeah, it's gonna have to. I love the strat. Ooh, they didn't. Ooh, I knew they were going to drop my attack. I knew they were going to drop my attack. But I was able to bring it back. Okay, we're good. Oh, well, they dropped my special attack. I'm sorry. Ooh, so they got big lead off against me. Let's see. I mean, if we go for the Muddy Water... I think if we stick to the Drain Punch, we can probably do enough damage. We don't need to Terrasilize as of yet, because they've already Terrasalized theirs. Well, you're Poison Rock, so let's back out of this. We'll use an Earth Power, and we'll try to focus onto the Grimmsnarl. Good. Yeah, you can drop my special attack all you want. Earth Power, you spike, you shield it, but I'm not focusing on you. Boom. So That was the right play. Good on that. Now what we'll do, see if their Glamora is the black sludge, so that's fine. Can they swap out to something else to tank this? No, they can't, so we're safe to use that, and I'll still run another Drain Punch. I wonder if they got Protect in the Grimmsnarl. Okay, no Protect on the Grimmsnarl. It's interesting here. So I think that they're trying to figure. Oh, energy ball! What? I was not paying attention to that on their field. What is this? Okay. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Well, here we go. I'm gonna go for a Swords Dance. They went for the Spiky Shield, and they're faster than me. This sucks. This sucks. Okay, well, they got me. I'll go for the Drain Punch. It is what it is. Ah, man. Did not pay attention to the fact that they actually have Energy Ball. Man, that's some good damage. So this is the thing about having the open team sheets. You got to really pay attention to what they actually have. And I've been always like focusing on like their ability and their item or stuff like that, not heavily on their full moveset, except for just now when I was looking at the Grimmsnarl. But that's about it. So let's go down here. Let's go GG. There we go. All right. So that caught me heavily off guard. But once I saw this and I realized what they were doing, that was epic. I love that strategy. Their plan is to not give me the benefit. So my my Iron Bundle is not a physical attacker. So they decided to use a Swagger against my Iron Bundle. So it's not going to benefit me at all, and their Hawlucha just basically gets the boost. That is great. I love that play. I do love that play. And then that Terra Steel on that same turn, that was clutch. You know what? I never even terrestrialized. Had I known that they were going to potentially run the Energy Ball, I would have terrestrialized. But they also could have easily gone for a Sludge Bomb. But I could have potentially timed it just right, expecting them to go for the if I realized that they had the Energy Ball, I could have then terrestrialized, reduce the damage of the Energy Ball, still taken out their other Pokemon, then have my own. Now my Gastrodon, I could have ran Protect on the next turn on my Gastrodon, and then allowed when the Mudsdale came out, boom, just go for the damage on it. There's ways I could have played around that. I think so, but now that's. And if this was actually in the VGC competition, you have a best out of 3. So with that, you will identify like how you're going to play around that in the future. So I definitely love this match. I'll just continue to test out teams, make some fine tuning. But these are ways of how I am going about to try and prepare for the VGC competition. I already know definitely one Mon that is definitely going to be on the official team. So I need to go ahead and start playing in my game so I can actually go and catch that Pokemon, start getting it prepared. And this will help you identify some builds that you need in order for you to ensure you build your Pokemon correctly with EV training. So, hope that really gives a little bit of light of how I've been actually preparing and setting it up for the VGC competition. I'm not off the grid. I'm not practicing. I am practicing. I am working towards things. It's just that I can't really trust this internet for me to be doing any streaming, so that's why I haven't done it. But I'm probably going to do a stream here in the next week and just see how it goes. If it doesn't work well, unfortunately, well, don't chastise me for it. It is what it is. I'll be here for until beginning of April. But if it does work great, then hey, we'll just set up a streaming schedule again. So that'll be just how we'll do it. But without further ado, I gotta go and start catching some Pokemon, get some things ready. So this is gonna be the Bright Kazi signing off. You all know what to do. You stay strong, and you power on. Catch y'all later.